morning, everyone, and welcome to Mindful Movement with AARP Alabama. I'm your host, Judy Mannings, and today's session, of course, is with health educator guru Jerri Haslem. Folks, we want to remind you that AARP empowers people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization that has over 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate for those 50 plus and their families. AARP is committed to offering opportunities for people to stay active from the comfort of their own home. The Mindful Movement series provides a virtual option to keep moving. Well, hello, Jerri. What do you have in store for us today? Since I know I can only speak for myself, but I'm quite sure I have someone out in the audience who will agree with me. I pigged out on yesterday. So, what do you have in store for us to make sure everything is moving smoothly?
Well, good morning, Judy. I'm having some strength work for us today. And the first thing I'm going to say to you and to the audience, maybe you ate a little too much yesterday. Maybe you didn't, because sometimes that can kick off our summer. Regardless, we're going to move and get these weights and have some fun today.
Okay, that sounds like a winner. I think I'm ready, and I'm quite sure everyone else is. But by the way, folks, remember, before you begin any exercise routine, you should consult with your physician to make sure it's safe to participate. All right, Jerri, let's get started. I'm pushing this table back and waiting on you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining me. The first thing I want you to do is to get rid of that guilt if you did eat too much. Sometimes we know we did it and we keep punishing ourselves for it. So we're going to say, you know what? That's in the past and we're going to go forward. Today, we're going to do some strength work. I'm actually going to move these weights a little bit further from me because I definitely don't want to stumble on them on screen. That would not be wise. So we're going to do strength work. And if you have weights, fine. If you don't have weights, that's fine as well. Sometimes you can go without them. You can use your own body resistance, as well as you can grab some canned goods or some bottles of water and just improvise and make that be your weight. With that said, you know what I require. If this is your first time or if you're always joining me, the only thing I require is a smile. That's it. You can watch, you can modify, you can decide, you know what, I'm going to take this in and do more or do this later. We're going to have some fun. So let's get those legs maybe about tuck and roll that body up. Let's do that again. Come on. Hinge from the hips, leaning over. Your knees are soft, okay? We're just going to drop, tuck, and roll that body up. I want you to give me one more. Again, your knees are soft. You're hinging from your hips. You're just going to lean down flatly, tuck, and roll all the way up. And once you do that, I simply want you to pull your legs together this time. And you're going to put that leg out like a kickstand from a bicycle. You're going to put the weight in your heels and in your hips. And you're just going to sit down a little bit. Bring that toe up off the floor. And just lean into that stretch for me. Roll that foot down and roll up. Let's change it out, okay? Go to the other side. The knees are soft and you're going back in your hips. And this may challenge your balance as well, okay? Both knees are soft. That toe is up. There we go. You're back in those hips and heels. Put that foot down and roll all the way up. Now I want you to take your feet out a little bit wider than hip distance apart, okay? A little bit wider. And I simply want you to take your arms out and then reach all the way up above your head and just reach up from that waist. Reaching up, alternating. Come on, reach up. Reach from that waist like you're picking your waist up. It's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those hands all the way down. We're going to try that again, okay? Ready? Where's my smile? Come on. And if you've had some type of surgery or injury where your rotator cuff, where you're uncomfortable raising your hands above your head, just reach up from that waist. You're just reaching up. So you can add whatever level you're comfortable with, but reaching all the way up may not be your thing, and that is fine. Come on, we're gonna reach from that waist. Is 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those arms all the way down. Now right here, I want you to feel comfortable when we do this stretch, okay? When I say comfortable, you're gonna put the weight back in your hips and your knees are soft. And right here, you're just gonna go down a little bit and you're gonna hold it. I want you to feel comfortable. You're looking down. Listen to me and don't look at me, just you're looking down right here. And if you can, I want you just to drop those hands right there in the center and then tuck and roll up. It's a little bit more of a deeper stretch than we did when we first started, okay? Again, those knees are soft, never locking out those joints. Those knees are soft. You're gonna come over, and this time, again, we're just straight in the middle. Come on, just let those hands, everything, you're just stretching down. Go a little bit deeper if you can, okay? A little bit deeper. If you can, place your fingers on the floor, but if you can't, that's fine. Come on, roll up for me. Getting that body warmed up, getting that stretch. And sometimes people may not feel comfortable going down like that. You may feel like, you know what? It causes me to be dizzy. Listen to me, but always listen to your body. It is so much smarter than me. It is smart enough to let you recognize this is something that may not be for me. And if you're needed to modify that, you say, well, Jerri, what can I do? You can just lean over, keeping your head and your chin up. And then when you do that, just reach outward. So that's just a modification. Always knowing that we can always tweak it for us, okay? And come up, okay? But I always want your knees to be soft, never locking those out. This time, we're going to stretch to our right and our left side when we do that. So this time, I'm going to go down comfortably, and I'm just going to take both hands and reach over for my heels when I do that. You don't have to. It's an option, okay? You're stretching out that waist, and you can feel that in the backs of those legs, okay? Then come all the way up, okay? When I do that, oh my goodness, that feels so good, but it may not feel good for you. And that's a sign, because we always want to challenge ourselves, but we're not introducing pain ever, okay? We're going to do the opposite side, okay? So again, we're going to lean over, we're going down, and we're reaching for that heel. We're just stretching for that heel. We can feel it all, that upper body, that lower body. We're feeling great about it. There we go. And one side may be more flexible than the other, and bring it up. We're getting this stretching in because when we get ready to do this strength work, just putting our S's together today, okay? Our stretch and our strength. Now here, we're going to do a deep stretch. Again, your comfort zone, your comfort level. So your knees are soft, so you're bending over, and then you're going to put the weight in your hips, and you're going to come down and keep that back up. You're going to come down. That's a very deep stretch when you do that, and squeeze and bring that bottom up, okay? Very deep. You may not feel comfortable getting that low. Okay, that's quite all right. I want you to go down to where you feel comfortable, challenge your balance a little bit, but not where you're like, you know, this is uncomfortable. It feels like, you know, I may lose my balance. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, right here, we're going to lean, and then we're going to just put the weight in those hips and heels, and we're going to go low. That's it. Giving that body and pushing those knees out through those inner thighs. Give yourself an unbelievable stretch through your body, through your hips, okay? Then you're going to come up, okay? What's a telltale sign if you're getting too low and you're having to put your hands down? I don't want you to go that low. If you have to put your hands down to brace yourselves, if you go down 1/4 of an inch, that is great. That's what I want. But I want that balance, and I want that weight to be in the back of the heels and hips, and you come up. I want you to feel balanced. And another telltale sign, I want your feet completely flat. If your toes are feeling like they're flaring up, you are not balancing that whole body down. And just come up a little bit. Let's do one more, okay? Again, I'm going to go down, and then I'm just going to Go down in those hips, stretching out those inner thighs, stretching out, feeling comfortable when I do that, and keeping a straight body, not leaning over, not going forward. Now bring it up. How about that? Pull those feet together. We can march in places. So, oh, that felt good. Maybe that didn't feel good. I hope it did, okay? So getting that body ready to pick up these weights and to do this strength work. Oh my goodness. So often, me included, we'll do the cardio, but we may not do the stretch, and we may not do the weights because we think, oh, weights are going to make me big. Weights are going to make me bulky. No, no, and no. No, no, and no. No, no, and no. Weights are not going to do that. Weights are going to give you strength. They're going to give you balance. And those are things that we need in our everyday functional activity. So don't allow yourself to believe that you're going to do these weights and look like Mr. Olympia. That will not happen, okay? Let's grab those weights, or grab those canned goods, or grab those bottles of water, or grab absolutely nothing, okay? I want you to stand up nice and tall. Give me that smile. My hands are holding on the weights, but I don't have that grip of, don't put that pressure and that stress and that tension in those hands. Just hold them. It's not a death grip, okay? And right here, you're just going to stand up nice and tall. Back is straight. Give me that smile. And let's just alternate with the lateral raise. Just alternating. We can change the speed of this, whatever. We're picking those arms up, using that arm, not the hand. The hand is there for the ride. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's raise both of them at the same time. Again, my back is straight and strong. No slumping over, strong bodies. Smile. Let's go. Give me 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Now let's alternate with the lateral raise out to the side. This particular move, listen to me, do not over exaggerate the move. I don't want that shoulder up here. I don't want you to swing the weight out. It's controlled, and it's just out to the side and down. It's not a throw. It's definitely not above the shoulder. We're not trying to work against our bodies. We're trying to make sure we're good there. So it's just a nice lift and bring it down. Let it be controlled both ways. Just don't let it slam down. Control it, okay? Let's alternate these. So it's just a raise to the side. Don't hike or hunch up that shoulder. Keep it nice and relaxed. Just lifting from side to side. And give me my smile. Thank you. Just squeeze that arm up and control and squeeze it down. I want 4 more singles. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And sometimes people will say, Jerri, how many of these should I be doing? Sometimes I feel like I can do more. Your body's going to tell you that. A lot of times a rule of thumb, depending on where you are and where you started, your reps could be anywhere from 8 to 15. And some days your reps may only be 4. Who cares? I want you to feel good about it. And I always tell you, let the exercise empower you. Never let it be a punishment, okay? So your 8 to 15 reps are great. Your 4 reps is terrific, okay? We're going to do both arms, and let's do a set of 8. Let's lift it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I hope that felt good. And I want to give you options here. You can do those at different speeds. It's going to, I guess, confuse the muscle sometimes. Or you could do a halfway and over. So I can come here, hold it, and then bring it up. So I'm kind of like a quarter of the way, then halfway, a quarter of the way. So it's a different rhythm in it. And your body loves all the different changes that you give it, because sometimes it will get used to something and you can still do the same move, just changing the rhythm of it. Yep, because that body, it will remember things and you'll be like, you don't want to be on autopilot. Always learning and treating that body with something different. Halfway, all the way, halfway, and down. Got it? There we go. How about that? Okay? Let's put those two moves together, and then we're gonna come with 3 moves. I know you're saying, why does she add these things in? I know, just to have fun. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna raise here, raise out, okay? So upright row and to the side. Upright row to the side. Where's my smile? Don't squeeze it, control it, have fun with this. Upright here, taking it out. Upright, taking it out. There we go. Upright here, taking it out. Right here. I want 2 more sets, okay? Bring it up, take it out, bring it up, and take it out. How did that feel? Oh, pretty good. We're gonna do some bicep work. I'm gonna say that we're simply the weight or the canned goods, whatever. You're just gonna have them by your side, okay? You're breathing the whole time. That's another thing I wanna tell you, because sometimes when I say stand up or do something, we have a tendency to hold our breaths. If I say pull in your abs, that doesn't mean to stop breathing. That just means to zip them up, okay? So make sure you're breathing the whole time. Never hold your breath. Hold your muscle, but not your breath, okay? We're gonna do some simple biceps. And with this move, I just got my hands here. And if I didn't have weights, I could still do this. I could believe that I had weights and control it with an isometric move. But right here, I'm just gonna come halfway up and take it back down. When I say halfway, notice that I'm not coming all the way up with that move, okay? So I'm gonna come halfway up and bring it down, that bicep. Just working different parts of the bicep, because you got a lower part, upper part. So it's just not one size fits all. There we go, 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, okay? Now, let's take the weights and start from here. And with here, again, we're gonna bring it up and halfway. Up, halfway down. See, working those biceps, those hammer curls, but bringing it up and taking it down. There we go, we just go halfway there. Very good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. How did that feel? I hope pretty good. Now let's do the full range of motion. And again, if this is uncomfortable for you, or if you've had some type of injury or surgery, you know your limitations, definitely do that. But right here, we're gonna bring it all the way up and down. And we're not throwing the weight, we're controlling it both ways, all the way up and down. There we go, where's my smile? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Now that's our bicep. Let's think about that tricep, and we don't use it as much in functional life. The tricep, the back of the arm, we don't do a lot of that. So let's work the back of the arm as well, okay? So right here, I'm gonna actually turn to the side so you can see a little bit better in what I'm saying, okay? So I'm gonna turn to the side, and when I do, I'm gonna lean over, and see how my elbow is here? I'm not swinging the elbow. I'm gonna use the back of the arm. Relaxing those shoulders, not up here, none of that, okay? Relax those shoulders. I'm looking down, hips are hinged over, and I'm gonna try to make sure that that elbow stays in place. I'm not swinging it, I'm not doing that. That's not what I want with that tricep. I don't care if you do 2 of them, you're gonna extend it back. Extend it back. Give me 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And stand up. One thing I like to talk about, and we don't talk about it, especially in classes, we just think everybody knows what we're saying. And that's your body awareness, because you may think, oh, I'm doing this correctly. And you shouldn't be looking at anyone to see how they're doing it. You should be feeling, is this what the instructor is saying? Is this the body part I should be working? So that's why I try to give you information and clues. And I know sometimes you feel like, I want her to stop talking, but I'm really trying to coach you into knowing what to do. So when we're not together, you can recall these things. If you're saying, you know what, I've got 10 minutes one morning, I'm going to do those exercises that Jerri showed me. I want you to know how to do them and know how to execute them without me being there. I just tell people, if you're going on a cruise, you have enough information to have a little bit of fun and get your workout in at the same time, because these moves are something that you can recall, okay? I'm gonna turn to the other side because we got to do both sides, and I'm gonna lean over, and one side may be stronger than the other, okay? And I can drop the weight or I can double them up, but I'm just gonna extend that arm back. Again, try not to swing it, okay? Just like try to let that elbow stay in a concentrated position and just work the back of that arm. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hope that felt good. So one thing I want to recap before we end this class, because I get this question, and sometimes people are like, well, what? Some people say, how long should I do weights? And literally, that is as individual as your fingerprint, as a snowflake, because you may have 10 minutes, and that is fantastic. You may have 30. I don't want you to get caught on a checklist of a time. I want you to feel comfortable and decide, what body part are we doing? Are we doing upper body? Are we doing arms? Are we doing shoulders? Are we doing legs? And just give that body that opportunity. So it's not a set formula, but I would encourage you to add some strength work and add some stretching to whatever activity you're doing, because that is going to make a difference. If you're a walker or if you're a runner, especially if you're out there doing that, you're exerting your body weight every time you put your feet down, and that strength work will help you to prevent injuries, because you got to be strong, okay? You've heard of people saying, oh, I broke my hip, oh, I broke my ankle, and they may be the walk master, but they also need that strength. So I always enjoy it. I love talking to you, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of this session. And if you just watched and took notes, whatever you did, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. And Judy, I thank you. I know you did it.
Well, you see what I have, don't you? I was drinking the water, but it was all gone, so I grabbed my weight. So definitely, Jerri, it was very informative as usual. And I feel so much better this morning after going through this, and look forward for the opportunity week after next. And in the meantime, we appreciate you all. We appreciate Jerri, number one, for giving us that revitalization this morning. And thank you for participating in our exercise this morning. So we've dropped a survey into the chat box. And remember, you can join Mindful Movement each Tuesday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Here's a short commercial of our upcoming events. Be safe. See you later.